say to essentially if there's like somebody under be under investigation of the FBI and there's the two suits at the end of the street, I wanted to do the thing where I sneak up and say hello to the friendly FBI agent. I've seen that trope in a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
I suppose I'm gonna go to the inn.
Excuse me, it was Albanian.
Albania? Okay.
Albania.
Actually, yeah, that fits.
And the innkeeper's the same retired adventurer, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna ask him, hey, and I'm just gonna like gesture so like he and I can whisper.
As you approach, he puts down the glass he was cleaning. You here to keep your friend from more trouble?
Oh, he is not my friend.
I steal the glass.
I
No,
will
I came in
grasp
alone,
his
guys.
wrist.
So, Dan, did you enter with Connor?
I did.
I'm
I
gonna
would like
shoot
you
you.
to well, first, Dan, I want you to describe how you're trying to steal this glass that he has his hand on.
He said he put it down.
Yes, he was cleaning it, and he set down his hand with the glass in it. Like, he set down the glass with his hand still around it, because he's not done cleaning it.
Well, the only option, I suppose, is to chop off his hand while I take the glass.
Dan, please.
You really have committed to this line of thinking here.
Well, you
I
gotta
may
do
not
it,
agree
right?
with it, but I respect it.
At the door, could I retcon something real quick, Tommy?
What is it?
I'm gonna hand him 5 copper and tell the boy to go get himself an ice cream.
Connor, ice cream is something that only nobles have. You're in the desert.
Well, actually, you know what? So hearing what he said, I take the 5 copper, set it in my pouch, and I start screaming.
I'm just gonna walk away.
I'm going to put my arm around and be like, okay, it's okay. All right, deep breathing. Deep
The
breathing.
bartender is yelling, you want to shut him up or get him out?
I'm taking Philip's advice by breathing deeply and screaming louder.
There we
I just
go.
like you hear just, childlike wail runs out of breath. Resumes wail.
There we go. Get it all out.
All right, Cthulhu. Why are you the way you are?
You told me to do this.
He's
No.
a child. What did you want?
Okay, just. All right, I'm gonna hand him a silver. Go to the food market, get yourself some kind of snack.
I will twist this in some way and return.
All right, just leave.
Remember to subtract 15 copper from your
Yeah,
pouch?
I will. All right. Up, sir. I'm not gonna apologize for him because he's not my friend and I have no need to. But back to what I was saying. Is there any way that I would potentially be able to rent a second room tonight, not under my own name?
A little unorthodox, but
I
I will take your money.
across the hall from the one that I currently have rented. Is that room vacant?
Yes,
I would
I
like to
believe that
rent.
one's open at the moment.
I would like to rent that, but just an inconspicuous name there on your logbook.
Right. It'll cost you double.
Oh, 1.5. It's only for one night.
And he leans in. I don't know what business you're involved in, but you and your lot have been drawing a lot of attention since you blew into town. Would be a shame if a few certain interested parties found out about some of this trouble.
Now, friend. Let's not go making threats either of us will regret. Right now, I'd like to think the business between us has been beneficial for both of us. And I think, going forward, double rates are fair for a friendship, right?
You're right. Double rates are fair
For one night.
for
For
one
the
night.
extra room.
For the extra room.
Okay. I would like to shake on it.
All right.
And how much is the normal fare for a room again, Tommy?
It's I've been charging you guys 1 silver, right?
All right. So I charge.
So 2 silver.
Okay. Oh, that was from the gold. Wrong bag. All right, and if that's it, I I would like to, in my room, essentially set up a small string with a bell so it'll make a little noise if anyone opens the door. And I would like to essentially set up in the opposite room the extra one that I rented with the skull.
Okay.
I am paranoid, people. And if that's it, I'm taking a long rest.
All right.
Dan, how have you construed what I offered you?
Mickey, why don't you describe what I just sent out? Or did you not have a chance to read it? So, real quick, Connor or Tommy, in this area, what's the slang for a pretty lady? Is it perchance snack?
It could be, yes.
So, upon hearing an individual describing a pretty lady as a snack, I will, as per my direction, relieve her of her freedom, pick her up, and charge into the up to Connor's room, barge open the door, and
I'm not in there.
Okay.
No. As soon as I see him walking, I'm like, "What are you? What?
I point
Stop! Stop!"
You're going to prison, and I will not bail you out.
I was told to. It's not my fault.
Dan, based on an average life expectancy of generous life expectancy of 60 years, I rolled a d6 for the age of the person you picked up, and it rolled a 1. You're holding a 10-year-old girl.
Those perverts, they called her a snack. What's wrong with them?
Oh, you were looking for like someone other people were specifically referring to.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you just like saw someone use the word and decide, all right, I'm gonna grab a girl.
Well, no, because I don't know if any other girl is a snack, but I knew that
she's
one.
17.
17, okay.
What is wrong with? Stop!
It's
stop.
marriageable age.
Not talking to you. I'm talking in character.
Oh.
Watch this bite Dan back. Watch this bite Dan back.
Stop. Put her down.
But I need to get it to roll or to
put
run.
her down.
No, I said get yourself one, not me.
Put her down.
You hear a growing commotion outside as this girl is yelling and screaming.
Put her down.
I set her down slowly.
Now, let her go back, and we're going to have a little bit of a talk here. Okay?
At this point, a man walks in and says, "Son, if you wish to court my daughter, I understand the new ways are a bit more forward, but here, if you'd like to court my daughter, we can discuss terms together." No, I understand she is beautiful, but you mustn't be so brash.
Sorry, he's...
Well, I'm not a noble. Court? What do you mean court?
He's talking about you. This is too.
I mean, I'm honestly flattered because, you know, my daughter is getting on in years, getting towards the end of where she may be eligible for marriage, and you know, he leans in to Dan. She is rather plain looking, but please come, sit. We will discuss the terms of the engagement.
Well, in all fairness, Nikki, when the life expectancy without modern healthcare is 60 years, 17 is much different than like mid-20s.
Okay.
Yeah, most girls are married off at 14.
Okay.
Now that's wrong.
You know,
So,
you know what
not
this
knowing
is actually.
what anything is happening, I follow him and sit down, and he talks to me, and I sign papers, and something happens, and I don't know what it
Well, he
is.
doesn't have any papers on him.
Hold on. So here's my question: Is Sorrn with us at the time when this happens? Just gonna look over and be like, all things considered, this is probably the best outcome.
So is this guy the local blacksmith or something, or what?
He's a merchant. He's a not a wealthy merchant, but a merchant.
Alright. I need to
As
take
great
off.
as it would be, no, he's not the cabbage merchant.
I need to take off. So
All right, we'll see you in a bit. One of
That
these
means
days, I need to make a
you-
character and leave the suffix note of "will only settle for Baker's redhead daughter."
Is that? I don't know if that's a thing. Wait, is that from like Goblin Slayer? Yeah, that's the name of the anime.
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
It was something I picked up from. Oh, I don't even know where. It's so long ago.
No, I thought I had mentioned it to like it was you, myself, and Nikki who were in Roll20 at the end of session 9. I
You
recently finished
told
it.
me a couple things, but I don't remember about it. But I
Yeah.
don't remember too much. I'll give it a watch.
Excuse me.
And actually watch to the end of the episode, not the end of the happy, bubbly stuff.
Yeah, no, just the first episode. You can skip like after like 5 minutes in. You can skip something like 10 or 15 minutes, and like you're good. It's gratuitous and unnecessary what they get into.
Oh, my favorite part.
But
I just thought
anyways,
it was so funny because that was the first anime I'd watched where it's like viewer discretion is advised, and I'm like, dude, I've seen some pretty messed up stuff
Yeah.
in anime before. What the heck is going on in this?
yeah. So Tommy,
Sorry.
in this coming fight, are we gonna need Dan or no?
Fight.
Yeah. The Muffin Man.
I thought we were just gonna blow him up.
I mean, you're really just gonna blow him up.
All right. What about?
We'll keep going if it gets to where. I don't know. Would you guys want, as a party, would you wait for Dan to come with you, or would you just want like a few hours free of him?
If we're talking about my character, no, I would leave him in the dust. He is a liability.
Same.
Okay.
But
So
I
act
don't
as
want
your characters would.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to leave Dan or if you. I'm just wondering if you essentially engineered the fight for 4 players. I don't know, or if you even have a legitimate difficult fight prepared.
It
I don't
shouldn't be
know.
a problem. It shouldn't be
Okay.
a problem.
And if I remember correctly, last time we went, or when we were taken to wherever, I was awake. So
No, you weren't. They knocked out all of us.
no, I succeeded in the role.
That
I was
meant you
playing
stayed
dead.
awake for longer.
Fairness, Nikki, they're expecting us.
True.
We don't have to sneak in. The whole purpose of this ruse is the fact that we can get through the doors without trouble.
I'm saying if it somehow goes bad, something happens that we're not
If it
expecting.
somehow goes bad, I have a small toxic bomb in my backpack. But anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna go to the same place that we were guided to, like the 3 of us that we were guided to last time. Tommy.
Mhm.
Like when we met the brutes and they essentially brought us to the one door and.
Okay. Yeah. Is this after you guys take a long rest?
Yes, like the morning after. I'm assuming nothing. Well, actually,
Do
yeah,
I-
I am curious. Did
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
bell
get my
ring at all through
stuff
the night?
back.
Well, first, Connor, no,
Oh, yeah.
nothing happens with the bell. Are you trying to stay awake all night, or are you just sleeping?
No, I've essentially engineered it that if the bell would ring, but it would also fall over if the door opened, so I could see and investigate if it was if there was evidence of someone who opened the door.
Okay. You don't wake up.
No,
Like,
I'm
the
not
bell
looking
doesn't
to
wake.
wake up. The morning after, I'm checking to see if the bell like was affected at all.
The bell was not affected.
Okay. So no one opened the door.
The bell was not affected.
How about the window latch?
Make an investigation check.
16.
There
Alright,
don't seem to
investigation is
be any
intelligence.
marks of recent break-ins. There are definitely crowbar marks in the wood, but they seem to be older and
Okay.
worn over.
All
What
right.
was your question, Nikki?
Would I have had time to get my armor back?
I would say you would probably need till the end of this day,
Okay, good.
because you guys came to him later in the day.
Unless he's pulling an all-nighter. But I would pull an all-nighter for the Angry Knife Drow, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Hey, I've been giving good business.
Yeah. Also, you're at liberty to stab someone if they don't.
I haven't stabbed anyone like for no
Well,
reason.
not at liberty, but she's
outside of the
liable
party.
to.
Yeah. I've really only stabbed
Yeah, she
party
hasn't
members.
stabbed friendly people outside of the party yet. Only friendly people inside of the party.
Yeah, friendly people's a strong term. Anyways, how are you doing, Philip? Are you anything you want to
Me?
do before we investigate the Muffin Man?
How long? Is there a night period going to pass through first or no?
Yeah, do you have any pineapples left?
I think I've got one.
No, let's leave it. That's the celebratory pineapple.
We'll,
For a
we'll,
job
actually,
well done.
we'll actually eat this pineapple.
Is it a poisonous one?
I will not answer that.
Okay.
Philip, you actually do, as you are going to sleep, you hear a familiar pitter-patter of footsteps on the roof.
I'm gonna look up. Is it the same one that I hit with a pineapple?
Santa?
Are you going up on the roof to see?
Yeah, I will.
It's Bobo, and he has a sack full of pineapples.
Pineapple Santa. Philip, teach him to throw them down people's chimneys one day every year.
Pineapple Santa.
Bobo, how you been?
Master Roland, I've been wonderful. I use your teachings. I spread pineapples.
Oh, aren't you a lad?
And he peers over the edge, and you see just a merchant dragging his cart out of town for the day, and he pulls his arm back and flings the pineapple. And you can tell he's gotten better. He's a lot more accurate with his throws now. Instead of hitting the guy in the head, he hits him right in the knee and knocks him over onto the ground.
Oh,
And then he throws another pineapple that hits him in the head while he's still on the ground.
I love it. I love it. Oh. What do you guys think? Should we put him in contact with the Thieves Guild? What are they called again?
I mean, if they give him small rocks, he could make a valuable assassin and thief.
I had been about to say, but I don't think I actually want to at this point because Sorrn still holds a grudge. But I was considering like going up and just kind of watching this guy.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, at this point, I do trust the Thieves Guild in this like city, so I think it would probably be a good place for Bobo.
What are they called? I can't recall off the top of my head.
The Mockers.
The Mockers.
Bobo, have you heard of the Mockers?
Oh yes, they follow the man who does the disappearing.
Yes. Yes, yes. So we ran into them earlier today.
Oh wow, they
Yeah.
they like to run on roofs. That's why I'm here. They they like to run on roofs. Very good for being unseen.
Do you want me to introduce you to them? Maybe we could get you in their ranks.
Will they give me more pineapples?
I can't say for sure, but I don't think they would dissuade you from taking pineapples.
Oh god, they're gonna think he's the pineapple murderer.
Well, he
Philip, you
technically
set up
has
a
taken up the
patsy.
mantle.
I am the teacher. I am the one who established the practice. He will be maintaining it in my absence, I guess.
He says, "Yes, Baba would like this."
Okay, I'll see what I can do. It's gonna be so funny if we come back and it turns out Bobo is the big bad evil guy at the end that we have to take down.
Yeah, he's gonna create a giant pineapple mech and fight you. With that, he gives you a small salute, pulls his sack over his shoulder, and hops across the roofs.
I may have made a terrible mistake. All right.
So is it the
Come
next
back now.
morning then? Or
Oh, that was good fun. That was good fun.
Hmm.
To the to get our baked goods, as it were.
yeah, no, we're gonna go get some muffins.
I'm in the mood for blueberry flavored one.
You know what? I'll see what I can do.
Mm.
All right. Skull is still in my pack. Yes, Tommy.
Yes.
Still full of blasting powder.
Yes.
All right, lovely. All right. We go up to the entry to the Muffin Man's hideout.
All right. You're able to find the door without too much trouble.
All right. Is this like the middle leg of the journey, or like where essentially this is the point where they went and out and then carried us, or is this like where they dropped us off?
This is the first door that that you got to.
All right. Any guards?
Well, are you knocking on the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it like a.
A grate slides open, and you hear a gruff voice. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The one that lives on Dreary Lane.
The very same, and the door opens.
Ah. Good day to you, sir.
In you go.
All right.
Muffin Man's waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I love
no,
the voice.
he's expecting us. We're expecting him. It's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You keep doing your work.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm gonna go on.
All right. You make your way into towards the back to where the Muffin Man met you last time,
Mm-hmm.
and you were blindfolded last time when you came through. But here you're noticing that the other rooms are not quite so. I mean, they're nicer than the slums, but they're not nearly as lavish as the one the Muffin Man spends his time.
Ah. So it's gilded.
Still,
It's a facade.
surround
Cover.
you do have some couches and upholstered furniture, not as nice as the Muffin Man's. Several pieces of it are stained. There are several people who like off-duty guards or other people of the inner circle that are lazing about in at different periods of different periods of a high.
Lovely.
Many people asleep. Uh, and from the stains that you gather that some people must have vomited on this furniture.
Ah. Okay. That is not as great as we initially thought. So, Muffin Man is in his normal little throne for his tiny kingdom.
Yes, you walk back and he has this time 3 scantily clad elves on the couch with him. He gets up. Friends, I assume you've brought it.
We might, yep, yeah, no, we got a skull for you.
You have a skull. I assume the skull.
Yes,
that I
the
sent
one
you
with the
for.
gems, yes.
So the skull that I sent you for, yes?
Yes.
Make
Sorry,
a
I was just,
deception roll.
I was.
No, it was a bit confusing because we ran into a few skulls, and it was a little difficult to identify the right one.
Yeah. No, apparently the disappearing man has essentially fakes and blanks and other ones for the express purpose of trying to keep thieves away. But no, we got the right one.
Okay. Before he asked for it, make a deception roll for we got
That
the right
wasn't
one.
We got the right one, Tommy.
This
We
is
have the one
we
that we
intend
intended to give him.
Did he have advantage as I assisted him with the lie?
Yeah. You have advantage, Connor, because
This
Philip's
works.
helping out.
But is this deception or persuasion? Because we got the right skull, Tommy.
This is deception.
No,
it's
okay,
not the one he sent you for.
No, I gotcha. All right, modified 19. Thank you for that advantage, Philip, because my first roll was a 1.
That's the only good thing I can do with deception, given I have a -1.
I get a +5.
Mm.
And hey, modified 19.
That ain't half bad.
Okay. Well, we'll need to make sure it is the right one. Hey, give it over. Give it over.
Whoa. You promised payment.
Yes, of course. Friends, of course you will be paid, but I need to ensure that it is the right product first.
I can assure
At least set it
you.
on the table.
No. Whoa. I can assure you it's the right product. But I want to see what you intended to pay us first. At least show us half of it to know you're good for it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. He goes into another room, and brings out a couple sacks larger than the one he gave you last time, and shakes them up and down, and you hear coins jingling.
All right, open it, please.
At this, he gets a little stern. He says, "Friends, I have hired you for this job."
Yes, I realize. Well, yes, I realized you hired us, but if you analyze the situation right now, we have what you want, and we merely want to see what we want from you. Unless, of course, it means you can't actually pay us, and those bags aren't actually full of gold, silver, or, God's forbid, copper.
Without any assurance that you actually have what I sent you for, what is to stop you from simply fighting your way out of here with my
all
money?
Of the armed guards.
He's got a point there.
This is reducing your payment, by the way. This type of behavior.
Oh, so now we're on the point of threat. I'm gonna tell
Just
you.
show me the darned skull.
No.
Here, I will step away. You set it on the table.
Open the bag first, please.
He holds one of the bags open, and you see golden glimmering.
I'd like to analyze one of the coins.
That is
He pulls the bag away.
That's
Whoa.
No, Robert. This is very rude of you to him. Let us humor our host.
Very well. Look,
You're
Mr. Muffin Man. Sorry. What were you saying, Roland?
You're acting almost conspiratorial at this point. Let's show him some courtesy.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Muffin Man. Sir, sire, your eminence, like, what do you have a preferred title?
The Muffin Man will do.
Okay. All right, and with that,
I prefer not to get into surnames.
I would like to ruffle around in my pack and essentially find the skull, and I would like to essentially toss it over to his hands.
Okay, he catches it.
And once he catches it, I would like to begin speaking to try to grab his attention to keep him from analyzing the skull.
And
No.
he's
This
looking at
is,
the
my
skull.
friend, this is important. I
What?
heard a bit of a story while we were doing our job here. No.
What?
You're gonna no. You're gonna want to hear this.
I am preparing to
Okay, and he holds the.
fire.
He's holding it in his hand off to the side.
Yes.
Now, and this is going to be a bit of an explanation for my initial paranoia, conspiration, just the lack of respectful treatment to your hospitality. But I heard that you intend that, frankly, I'm gonna be blunt, that you're essentially broke, and you were going to be paying us with essentially the entirety of the Thieves Guild's treasury that is inside that skull.
That's
Don't
a
laugh
new
it
one. I
off.
haven't heard that one before. Who told you that? The thieves?
Actually, the disappearing man.
Oh, the biggest thief of them all.
I mean, if that's what you like to call him. But yeah, no, we spoke.
Well, he's the leader of the Thieves Guild. That would entitle him to the title of the biggest thief of them all.
Says the one who robbed them, or hired us to rob them. Ironic, don't you think? That you, of all people, would attempt to steal from the best thief around?
Oh yes, that was the point.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the look on his face when he
I
finds
don't need
out?
to. I didn't need to imagine it.
Oh, you saw him?
Yeah, I just said I spoke with him.
What did he say? I'm surprised you got away if you got caught by him.
It was less caught and more I searched for him, you know. I wanted to make sure, I wanted to get, I just wanted to get a bit of a, essentially, I'm a bit new to this town, or I haven't been here in a while. I just wanted to get an honest opinion of every player involved. You know, I didn't want to make a mistake, hedge my bets early on, and choose the wrong partner.
Uh-huh. And he says this as he's now looking at the skull a little more.
I'm going to turn and, wink, essentially, ready the firebolt.
DM, how are the guards looking right now?
They're standing outside the room.
Oh, fun.
So, the Muffin Man, it was interesting how you mentioned you wanted to see the look on his face when he figured out that one of his essentially interested parties and contestants pulled one over on him. I want you to have a look inside that skull there. Pull out one of the gems. Nikki,
What
are
is
you readying
this?
a firebolt?
He holds it away like he's about to drop it.
Whoa. Hey, friend, do not drop that. If you can see inside, it's very volatile. So if you don't set it down gently, it's gonna blow up and kill all of us.
With that, he just tosses it towards you and turns and starts to run.
No. Okay, do I have the opportunity to make an attack action?
You have an opportunity to you can make one attack before he.
I would like to shoot through his foot and pin it to the ground.
I'm going to Misty Step.
Did you have your bow out already?
I had my hand ready and itching to draw it. Essentially throughout that entire conversation.
I would say you won't be able to keep him from. That won't keep him from tossing it at you, but
no,
you
you
can pin his foot as he runs away.
Yes, I would like that.
Essentially, are you trying to? So
Restrain
he's close to the doorway at the side of the room. Are you pinning his foot or his hand?
Actually, would I be able to summon my echo inside the doorway with
Sure.
bow drawn? Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So
when
literally,
I was gonna.
he turns away and runs to the door when a spectral, glowy version of
bow
you
drawn.
appears in the doorway, and he falls back onto the floor. He's like, you're demon
No, 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 no,
worshippers."
no, 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 no. Frankly, I don't like that term. It's offensive and derogatory.
He's
I wouldn't
backing
call you a
away.
meat. I wouldn't call you a featherless meat sack. Now would I?
I am
He's
going
kind of
to Misty Step directly behind him.
he's kind of on his back, like crawling backwards, as far away from you as he can get. When he bumps into Nikki, looks up and sees this scary drow that you don't have your armor on you, but you still have knives all over.
Armed to the
See, this
teeth.
is what I can't stand about you city folk. All this bravado when you could have just ended this so quickly.
Hey, Roland. I realize that all this fanfare is unnecessary. This is what the disappearing man kind of asked us to do the job like this.
I'm going to make an attack.
Well, what kind? Well, Nikki, just hold him down, please. We're not.
No. She declared she's making an attack.
Okay,
Make your
okay.
roll.
How far
Okay.
away did he get from the from where he threw the skull?
He threw it at us, so it's probably like at my feet.
It's at Connor's feet right now.
Like how many?
I
feet
mean,
away?
it would still hurt him, but it would hurt Connor a little more.
But how
Nikki,
many
please.
feet away from that are we?
I'm gonna
can
say
only-
you and him are 10 to 15 feet away.
Okay, so
Probably closer to 10.
So this will not jump then. I'm going to use Green Flame Blade. Let's see. That is... And he's prone, so I get advantage, right?
Yes. He's prone and terrified.
Okay, so it's a 24 to hit. Let's see. Rapier is 1d8.
You get like 1d8 piercing plus the 1d8 from the fire, right?
Yep, hang on, I have this. One extra 1d8. Okay. Hell yes. 16 damage.
So how exactly are you making the attack against him? Are you using a dagger, a sword?
I'm using my rapier.
Okay.
For Nikki.
Are you just like stabbing him in the shoulder or the leg, or are you just
Probably
going
right.
for the gut?
Probably right-handed. Stab through the palm into the ground.
And at this point, the elf women he had in there with him have fled the room.
Oh yeah. No, it won't. I've dropped the disappearing man's name like 5 times in this conversation. They know what this is about.
They didn't like run screaming, but they were. It was like a hurried walk.
Like, they probably have been in a situation like this before. They know how to protect themselves.
Yeah, so I guess just through the arm for now, not necessarily killing him outright.
Pinning him.
Yes.
So you take his sword. Are you stabbing his hand or like just the arm?
The arm.
Okay, stab him through the lower bicep, enough that it goes through the other side to the ground. And he, based on the look on his face, he's probably never been stabbed before. He was already a fairly pale elf, but he's getting paler.
Yeah.
What do you want? I'll give you anything you want. Like, you want drugs? You want money? Like,
Whoa,
I'll give you whatever you want.
Okay, Muffin Man, I need you to calm down real quick.
That's gonna be hard.
All right, and you know what? Like, I realize he makes you uncomfortable. I'm just gonna snap my fingers and my Echo Knight disappears. There, he's gone. You don't need to worry about that.
Doesn't make me feel better.
Look at me. Look at me. So, forget the magic, all that you can't explain. We're from the Disappearing Man. You tried something. You tried something real ballsy, real desperate. You messed up, and it's coming to bite you. Okay?
I paid you up front.
Yeah. I don't like the way you run your business. And I found myself and my group in a rather serendipitous opportunity to make a powerful ally. And frankly, you are the opportunity to seal that deal for us. And frankly, from what I've heard, this is a long time coming. But a condemned man deserves to know his fate and what he's accused of and why. So is the method of why and frankly, I think to an extent we do not like your business. You deal in a trade of a material that destroys people's lives. And if it was just essentially supplying people who are coming to you, that'd be one. But I realize it is it's a very entertaining idea to essentially create a client base and to create essentially to create a demand to grant your supply to. And I believe that is the main point of contention for both ourselves and the Mr. DM, the big man.
Who are you to judge me? Did you grow up poor and parentless on the streets?
Yes, well, not parentless. I was actually supporting them.
He spits in your face.
Now, I don't appreciate that. Look,
You do what you will. You do what you will. Nothing I can say will stop you.
no, it won't. I was just trying to grant you the opportunity to know what you were being accused of. It was a mere formality, and you soiled that.
No, I respect him.
Should I finish him off?
You know what? Just hold him there. And with that, I'm gonna draw my bow. And just, all right. Look, I'm not gonna shoot you in the back or anything. Just see. Oh, you know what? I want to know one thing. What's your real name?
You're gonna go there, huh? What did he tell you?
What did he tell us, Tommy?
The Disappearing Man told you his name.
No, I'm asking like for reference. What? I didn't take notes on that. What was it?
Steven.
Steven? I just want to get a second opinion. I want to know, like, I'm just curious.
I suppose I'm gonna die soon. My name is Stephen Marion Ginsley.
All right. And if it's any consolation, we don't intend to harm any of your men unless they get in our way. And with that, Tommy, I would like to finish this. Do you want it, Nikki? I feel like you have too much of an emotional, like, your character has. I mean, okay. All right. I mean, if you want to, just make it quick. It's kind of weird that you want to do this. It was okay with doing it. I didn't really like it, but I realized it was necessary.
No, this is part of the elf drow grudge.
All right. I mean, frankly, I'd recommend potentially using the bomb to just get it done with quickly. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go to his wine cellar. I'm gonna do that. You do your thing.
After that discussion that Nikki's gonna do it, let me put you on whisper real quick, Nikki. you hear the slightest whisper in your ear that says, "Go for the throat."
Game.
Well,
So, Nikki? Ah! Yeah, you plunge your rapier down through his chin and throat, down through his body, and after about 30 seconds of gurgling, he falls limp.
Ugh. Ew.
I will walk over and do the administrative rites in accordance with the spirits for the passing of the dead.
I'm gonna pick that skull back up.
When you're done with those rites, Philip,
Mhm.
you all hear from the corner of the room. You hear,
Oh yeah, you liked that disappearing man?
and as you turn to this corner, and you see the disappearing man pulling appear as he pulls a mask off of his face. Quite the performance, friends. Quite the performance. You didn't even need the bomb I sent along.
Oh, actually, I was planning on using that to collapse this room.
Quite good, quite good.
You
Not
know,
like there's any need to destroy the evidence, but, good habit.
I think it might have been a better point to like anybody who shows up to like it's not not their man was assassinated, but their buildings, their commons area has been collapsed and destroyed. I think it'll be a bit more. It'll hit like home a little bit more to show that their organization is done. Also lessens the chance of some other lesser individual taking up the mantle.
Good point, good point.
All right, and what are the bags on the table filled with, Tommy?
You can make an investigation check.
It's not. I just want to open it up
Okay.
and like bend
You
a
open
coin.
them up, and they appear to be gold coins, though they seem a bit small.
They're shaved down.
Upon inspection, they're actually copper coins that were painted golden.
Thought so. How much copper, at least?
400?
Oh, gee. All right, I guess we each get a gold piece from him.
I'm gonna say it was 400 a bag. He had 2 bags.
All right, so we each get two gold pieces.
Well, in the form of copper that looks like gold, unless you guys plan to scrub all the paint off.
I'm just gonna hand the bag to the disappearing man. I'm sure you can make use of this.
I can find a use for it.
I mean, it's cheap. It's a cheaply done imitation, but I mean, hey.
Might fool a guard I don't have to deal with again.
Right. Also, Philip, the disappearing man is here. The goblin, Babo.
I'm going to get to that.
Oh, I sorry. I assumed you wanted to do it now.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. If that's it, then you want to go and take a look at his wine cellar?
Yes, since I'm here, I'll just go ahead and empty it myself.
right.
Of course, you all are free to some as well. I've heard yes, you find
I,
far shore wines.
I more sell instead of drink it myself, and I wouldn't want to deprive you of a good bottle.
I have a question for you.
Yes, my woodland friend.
So, I have a general disdain for just cities in general, so over the last few nights I have been attacking people with pineapples. I think I hit someone who's one of yours.
You say that like
You
it's
actually
such a
you talked about that last time.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
I don't remember how that
You
went.
say it like it's. I don't like the town, so I've been committing acts of violence and felonies in the night.
I don't think that he'd be against felonies for felonies.
No. I know. I just that the way you ease into the second portion of it is if, because I don't like the city, I'm committing felonies at night.
That is
As
why
if that's
he's
such a
committing felonies at night.
As if it's such a normal thing, I just find it hilarious.
As far as he's concerned, it is a normal thing.
Okay. So is there anything of value in his little gilded room that isn't, like, cumbersome?
There's a few, a couple large golden bowls full of drugs.
All right. That's,
Lots of gold and silverware. There's all the jewelry that he himself was wearing.
Does he have, like, what, does he have, like, a very, like, a ring with a very large gem on it?
Several.
Just, okay, the single most expensive piece on him, what does it look like?
He has one on his right ring finger that has a large ruby set, large polished ruby set in the face of it with a large golden band.
I will snag that and all of the gold and silverware and bowls, dumping the drugs out, of course.
Just onto the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. Just there to evaporate into the atmosphere when you set off the bomb.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, everybody within a 30-meter will just get an instant high.
All right, nothing else you're taking off of him?
I just, it's more of a memento. I don't want to loot the corpse.
Okay. Is Philip frozen or just thinking?
Nope, I'm just thinking.
You were not moving a tiny bit. You looked like you were frozen.
No, Philip doesn't move when he's thinking. It's weird.
Like, you were just 100% still. I don't know how you did that.
This is what, as Connor noted, this is apparently something that I do.
Anyway.
I could serenade you all, if that makes you feel
Anyway, anything else you guys would like to do in the Muffin Man's quarters?
I want to ask the disappearing man about him taking in Babo.
Mm-hmm. You hear some from the direction of his wine cellar, some very pleased noises, and the sounds of bottles clinking.
Talk to him.
Just the occasional, like, ooh, this one's older than I thought he had. And
quick question, Tommy. What's the collective value of the silverware, and what's the individual value of the ruby ring?
I would say, are you just taking just the silverware or the plates and other finery as well?
Everything. Well, is it gilded or like actual gold, or?
You'd have to take it to an appraiser.
Well, my experience, I've got due to my smuggling, I've got a basic understanding of mercantile experience. I'm dealing with merchants.
That's fair. It's not pure gold, because pure gold would be too soft to use for silverware. The silverware is plated because it's golden plated for strength. The plates are a mix of gold and a lesser metal, so to give strength to it.
Yeah, someone will buy these, but just like, do you want me to essentially like?
I'll say altogether 100 gold.
Okay, I was gonna say probably just like a whole golden dining set, and I could sell it later. But if I can just put the gold in my inventory now for essentially like convenience sake,
it wouldn't be too much trouble to sell it later.
All right, and the ring.
Put the gold in. The ring is something you'd likely want to take to an appraiser specifically. You can tell it's very, very fine, but beyond your skills to identify the value.
That works. Sorry, Philip, I did not mean to interrupt you.
Oh, good. Going to go up to the disappearing man.
As you step into the step through the door, you see that this wine cellar is very, very immense. There's 8 full shelves with just wine. Or 8 full shelves in the center, and that's not including a couple barrels of lesser wine, a few barrels of lesser wine in the corners, and several walls that have additional shelving on them. And at least half of it is empty now, courtesy of the disappearing man.
You work fast.
You have to in my trade, friend. What can I do for you?
Fair enough.
He probably just has
We
like
came across an associate in our wandering through the desert, a goblin named Babo, who has been making...
Oh yes, we have seen him.
I talked to him if he'd have any interest joining your organization, and I think for the most part he wants to continue the pineapple shenanigans I've indoctrinated him into.
Yes, it seems he has taken up your, for the lack of a better word, mantle.
I wouldn't disagree with that term, but I was wondering if you would be willing to take him in, help guide him, improve his craft, and also have him work for your benefit.
We would be too opposed to that. We will likely have to curb some of his more violent impulses. His more, maybe not violent, but more pineapple-inclined impulses. Can't have one of our trainees picked up by the guard for petty fruit throwing now, can we?
Fair enough. I assume not a complete removal, but simply being more prudent about it.
Yes. He will have to, no more killing. Like I said previously, I work with thieves, not murderers.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, thank you.
Tell him to knock on the back door of the bathhouse at 3 in the morning.
I will be sure to let him know.
The code word will be I need to disappear.
Okay.
Yes, Dan, the Muffin Man is dead. I stole his ring and all of his entire dining set.
You guys did that without me?
Well...
I mean, to be fair, I didn't do much of anything at all during that.
Yeah, no, it ended up mostly being me. Everyone was quiet, or, like, I don't know if I was hogging the stage, I was trying not to.
Oh well, that's how it is.
Yeah, Nikki had to leave a little bit into it as well. Can we Tommy, could we say that after Nikki dealt the final blow, if you will, Cthulhu stumbled his way through them, essentially asking every person he walked by, "Where's the Muffin Man?" And
yeah,
eventually found his way here.
Dan, I'd say you finish up. Actually, how would your talk with the woman's father have gone?
That depends. Am I being happily married in the next few months, or?
She is proposing that, yes.
Okay, what are the finances that I'll be dealing with? Will I be a manager in the merchant or business, or will I be a bodyguard, or what will my purpose be?
Well, first of all, he's asking you like what do you do? How will you take care of my daughter?
I say I swim and I punch things.
I was enslaved a week ago.
Okay, so you're a fisherman and occasionally Are you by punch things? Do you mean you're a mercenary for hire, or an adventurer, or are you more of a pit fighter?
Mercenary for hire. That's the best way to term it.
Okay, not what I'd hoped for my sweet pea, but I suppose if it puts food on the table.
Of course, I could just fish. I'm not opposed to just fish.
And at this point, the daughter is like, "But excuse me, Papa. Shh, the adults are talking."
Don't feel bad if you need to go.
I'm getting married now, apparently.
You know, not every adventurer character has to die to be retired, Dan. Cthulhu might just settle down and you can switch characters.
That's true. I do mention that I've almost died like 3 times, and I've been enslaved once.
Cthulhu Allspark is the unbeatable whatever. I don't even know.
Donates all of his venturing gear to a random paladin sorcerer passerby and settles down for a life of fishing.
I have a question, actually. This is just out of game.
Yeah.
Because at least, I don't know what it is right now. I might be hanging a funk right now. Do you guys mind if I substitute out Roland for the secondary character just for a few sessions?
Sure.
He'll be back after a bit, but...
Yeah, we could do that.
He had too much of the city and just walked into the forest like, I need to retreat, everybody.
Yeah,
Few
basically.
days.
Basically.
Okay.
But, like, we'll roleplay that out, but I do have the secondary
Okay.
character sheet
Sure.
ready. And just,
So, Dan.
if you need a random encounter, an escaped slave, essentially.
Okay.
Running through the streets.
So, Dan, what how are you perceiving the offers he's putting down?
Like, there's worse ways to go, I guess, because I've almost died in the sewer, which I say out loud.
Okay, that's interesting for sure. You seem to lead a very colored life, friend.
I suppose you could say that. First it was blue, then it was green, then it was brown. Now it's, I guess, sandy color. Yellow. Yeah, let's go with yellow.
I seems some of those punches knocked some sense out. Anyway, friend,
I am okay with money, though. And I would like to pull out my money and show, see, I can handle it. I start flipping coins.
okay,
He's idiotic, violent, but rich.
that is a nice nest egg. Yes, it's. So what kind of a dowry were you proposing?
I have 26 platinum.
That's quite a dowry, friend.
If you say so, I usually use coral to trade currency. Not anymore.
Oh. Okay.
I also have a great club that crits on a 19 or 20.
Start talking mechanics to this guy. You know what? Positives. He can count up to 20.
No, 26, because that's how many coins he has.
Ah, yes.
Actually, technically, that doesn't mean he can count that high. That just means he knows the number.
That's true.
Oh. Yeah.
I can count up to 100, not consecutively, and not between 50 and 100. I know 150, and that's about it.
Okay. So was that 26 platinum the dowry you were proposing?
If that would be enough.
I mean, that is certainly very generous, sir. I don't know what to say.
Oh.
At this point, the daughter interjects again. Papa, he just took me off the street. Shush now, sweet pea. We're discussing terms.
I mentioned to the father, did you know that in my culture, you kidnap ladies, and that's how you get married? I wasn't old enough to do that, but, you know, that's how
Really? Your culture, where do you mean?
Under the sea.
Ah! Is that where you live?
Used to.
Where do you live now?
What city is this?
Tarbin?
Tarbin, then.
No, but where in the city do you live?
You guys are
I'm-
talking in the inn, right?
You're in the common room of the inn at this point.
Well, I've been here 2 days, so I suppose this is it.
So what kind of a home will you be taking my daughter home to?
Well, there's the sand and there's the sky, and we need precious little else. Unless she'd like to go swimming.
Okay, that's not much of a home to raise a family in, son.
A sea elf settling down in the middle of the desert.
Hey, it's better than, a volcano, I guess.
Yeah.
So I need to know what do you have plans to purchase a home in the city? I know several friends who would probably be able to direct you towards a wonderful piece of land.
Well, how much is land worth here? Because after the dowry, I only have 1 gold and 15 copper.
Oh boy.
It's just not yet.
I don't know that. I don't know how much we're getting paid.
Neither do we.
Yeah, let me put you on whisper a second, Dan.
This is either going to end incredibly well or weird. There's no in between. You doing all right, Philip?
Yeah, I'm just making. I've had a rough couple weeks.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this will help break the monotony, but
Oh.
I don't hate rolling at all.
No, I understand. Like, I really enjoyed what's his face, Deverell. It just I don't know. It wasn't like working. Like, I really liked the idea, but it wasn't working out as far as like trying to roleplay the character.
Not a
Yeah, I got
vibe.
I don't know if it's just clerics in general. Like, mechanically, I see the appeal to the class, but I've never enjoyed the vibe of clerics. Deverell kind of felt like a store brand wizard with the way that I had set him up.
Everyone, the wedding bells are tolling.
Oh, it
What?
happened.
So he says, how about this, son? I will help set you up with a nice place to live, a nice home for you and my daughter, and you will come to work for me at my place of business, as well as your generous offer of a dowry for how about you really don't shouldn't feel a need to for that big of a dowry. You and my daughter should keep some kind of a nest egg. At the very most, 20 platinum should be plenty.
If you say so, I will need to go on one last job, and that will be all. And I turn to Connor.
As long as you keep yourself safe and support my daughter.
Okay, I want a 50-50 shot of me dying in the next adventure. Connor, how much are we being paid for killing the Muffin Man or whoever it was we killed?
Honestly, man was probably, frankly, he said he was going to pay us very, very generously. That could be maybe 500 gold. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'll get paid for that, and then,
Guys, we're level 5 right now, correct?
Yeah, on our way to 6.
Okay, cool.
And the daughter attempts to interject again. But Papa, I don't like him. Shh. You're not going to get another chance like this. You're almost 18 now.
That's so mean. A poor girl.
You mean your poor fiance?
Oh, actually, if Dan does hop in while we're still dealing with the mess after the Muffin Man, he is covered in jewelry, Dan, save for one of his fingers where the ring is missing, but everything else is untouched. None of us wanted to loot the body. How does
Okay.
Cthulhu feel?
I mean, after this, I'm going right back there and looting
No,
the body.
I would have wanted to.
Why? What was wrong with the body?
Oh yeah, no, Dan, you didn't have a ring before.
Oh, that's true.
The Muffin Man has 9 now.
Mm-hmm. So after speaking to his daughter, he leans into you. He says, "Now, my daughter has always been one for romance. Now, if you could, maybe if we could arrange some kind of, like a public proposal, something nice and romantic, with rings and something like that would be. I'm sure she would love."
I have just.
And he gives you a wink.
I will return shortly and go there, butcher the body, and take all the jewelry. So I return covered in viscera.
Oh no, we would not. We would not
Right.
let you leave like that.
You're right.
So, Dan,
I'm
you
gonna take it
you're able to
back.
find the doorway into the Muffin Man's complex well enough. When you knock on the door, a grate slides across. It says, "Do you know the Muffin Man?"
The Muffin Man.
He's dead and they're
The grate
continuing on
slides
as
shut.
nothing happened.
I take out my axe and I start hacking at the door.
The grate slides open. "Do you know the Muffin Man?"
The one who lives on Drury Lane.
"The very same. You may enter." And the door opens.
I kill the man and take his stuff as well.
There's several large armed guards in here, Dan. They're bigger than you.
Wait, which one's the one that got killed? Because is it the Muffin Man or?
The Muffin Man.
You
Okay, okay.
need to walk 50 more meters and you'll find him.
Okay.
Muffin
fine.
Man's in the back with your friends.
Okay.
On your way.
Sup, guys? Oh, that's a lot of gold.
None of us are touching it.
I am.
So
I'm
he
taking some of it.
Oh
you
yeah.
walk into the back room and you find the Muffin Man dead. You see Nikki has just pulled her sword out of his throat. Is currently wiping off the blood.
I'm swiping all the spoons.
Connor's currently collecting spoons, and Roland just stepped into the wine cellar to speak with the disappearing man, who was invisible watching the whole affair.
Oh hey Cthulhu, how'd it go with that merchant?
So I'm getting married.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks.
What?
Hey,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. She's gonna die in like 60 years. This isn't good, is it?
honestly, that's actually a pretty good pretty good run. I mean, maybe for me, maybe not for you elves.
No, not
I'm
particularly.
in the other room, so I can't give my longer sage advice.
Yeah, Connor, what's the life expectancy of Eric Cocker again?
About 30 to 40 years.
And you're what, 7?
Yeah, somewhere around that. Essentially, whatever the like mid-20s ratio is.
What exactly is on the body that I loot?
He has these custom-made elven ear cuffs, golden. There are a plethora of rings. He has necklaces on, couple piercings.
And remember, I'm splitting this with Nikki, so probably 50-50.
Is there like a ring on his pinky that would fit this woman, Tommy?
He does actually have a very feminine-looking diamond ring on his pinky.
Oh, how large is the jewel?
Golden banded with several smaller diamonds along the band and a nice large-sized diamond on top.
Okay. So I take that and at least one of the necklaces, and the rest I just put in a sack. I'm gonna use that to start my life as a fisherman, I guess. Yeah. So I go.
Let me know
Who's
when
getting
I
the ear
walk out
cuffs?
to see this scene.
Yeah, the ear cuffs would fit both Dan and Nikki, or Roland if he wants them.
Let me know when I'm done with the disappearing man and walk out to see this.
Oh, Nikki had to bounce.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just saw
Nikki
the
had to bounce.
message. Okay.
So yeah, the jewelry would have been split between Dan and Nikki.
Yeah.
I'd say about 50 gold value for each of you.
Okay.
And I suppose fair is fair. Of all of the, I got 100 worth of gold from all of the silverware. I'll give 50 to Philip, so we each get 50.
All right.
50, how much?
50 gold. Me, with my expert mercantile skills, sold a bunch of gold and silverware and bowls.
My expert mercantile skills. I took the shiny things.
The best selling point was the fact that there was a residual layer of drugs inside the bowl. After I sold it to him.
All right. So Tommy, at what point am I done with the disappearing man and walk out to see Cthulhu Allspark grabbing?
You walk out to see him. You see him pulling a very fine-looking, thin-banded ring off of his pinky, saying, "Ooh, this will do nicely," and he puts it in his pocket.
What'll that
The
do
rest,
nicely
you
for?
see the rest he's throwing in a sack.
What'll
Oh,
that
hey,
do nicely
Roland.
for?
Cthulhu's getting married. He just went and got the ring for it.
You're how old?
I am 17, but so is she. So there's that.
That's not the point. Okay. And okay, two pieces of advice for you. Number one, do everything you can to keep her happy. This will be a temporary thing. And the second thing, do not get emotionally attached.
Oh, that's such bad
She
advice.
she should be dying of old age at around the time you hit your proper adulthood and your past visions stop.
Oh yeah, I am having visions.
Yeah. You're not night
What?
visions. At elves, for our first 100 years prior to adulthood, we have visions of our past lives.
So what, you guys are like reincarnated or something?
Precisely.
Huh. That's weird. That must be a weird experience.
You know, for someone who doesn't grow up like that, I can understand the sentiment.
Look, I've been around for maybe at best like a tenth or a 12th of the time that you have, Roland. So we have very different life experience.
Oh, very much so. Although I had the weird instance of mine was shut off 30 years too early.
Dude, I've only been around for 7. You're talking about missing out on 30 years of a weird experience? That's like my whole life.
Try to think how to best describe this. So your childhood ends at what, like 3 years old, right?
Yes.
Okay, so me, I would have more or less have been forced to into adulthood when you were about 6 months equivalents.
Oh. Huh.
It's all good. It's all good. Nothing to worry about.
No, you guys. I don't want to sound offensive, but you guys seem ancient in my eyes.
I mean, to be fair, I think we're ancient in just about everyone's eyes except for dwarves.
Yes. But Cthulhu here, he doesn't have that like long-lived maturity.
I start doing hand signals that are slang and not that. I'm doing the.
Okay, and I'll tell you what. Let me speak a bit to your betrothed, I guess, and I'll help clear a few things with her.
What, we need to give her the warning list? We need to
Essentially,
describe Cthulhu's warning label to her?
listen. There's a reason why half-elf children are messed up, and it's not because society hates them.
Yes, it is.
There's well, that's one of the three main
quite a conundrum, actually. For people with so well off with so much money, you have to fight so hard just to get them to pay you.
Yes, but even if you were to get 50,000 gold for your troubles at half value of what the actual thing is worth, that is a lot of money.
That you're right, my friend. No, I have no intention of selling this. You do make a good point, however. You're asking for a bonus?
Well, a potential bonus, but I did have a few questions. I've seen that you have I don't really want any more monetary value because 500 gold apiece. Now I could always use more. That's a nice that is a nice amount. But all the nifty little gadgets that you have, that mask, that little black disc of yours. I don't want to ask for anything of yours personally, but have you caught like the sense, like, rumors or caught wind of any to be plundered from, tombs, dungeons, anywhere about? I mean, we're always
Something
looking
like
for some
that
of
would
our
be
own.
better spoken back in my office.
I agree. We'll meet. You know what? Cthulhu here has some things to work out with the betrothed. Afterwards, I believe we should speak with you.
Sounds like a plan.
2 affairs to settle, and then excellent.
Dan, you have your one last job to go on before you settle down to be married.
And with that, the disappearing man steps towards the door outside, gives you a salute, and pulls his mask down and disappears. And then the door opens seemingly on its own, and he steps out.
Yeah. And with that, do either of you have a proper understanding of the structure of a house? Because I don't think Robert would.
House?
No.
In not in the water?
Connor, you
Okay.
understand that the walls hold it up.
All right. Would I be able to tell what would essentially be one of the buckling points of the building?
Make an investigation check with disadvantage because you don't know much about houses.
2.
You're sure that if you got rid of one of the walls, then the building would likely fall over or at least catch fire.
All right. That works for me. I'm just gonna play. Oh, are you there now, Nikki? Because like you disappeared and then reappeared. No response. Okay. So yeah,
Let me
I'm
try
just
and
gonna.
refresh. Maybe she is.
Well, no, I can see the muted icon. Or actually, yeah. Even if she didn't okay, yeah, refresh.
Now still muted.
Yeah. Oh, Connor's gone.
I think it did a full refresh.
Connor's back.
Yeah. So what was I saying?
Can you guys see Dan, or it's just me?
Yeah, I can see Dan.
Okay, I'll need to refresh then.
Who's ready to commit arson? So do you think you're gonna die on this dungeon run, Dan, for magic items?
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. With that, Tommy, I'm gonna place the bomb by one of the walls, the biggest wall, obviously.
Okay.
And after we all file out, I'm just gonna shoot a well-placed arrow in right into the just right here on the skull.
All right. Is it a normal arrow? Is it a flaming arrow? One of the striking
No.
arrows?
It's one of the arrows covered in striking paper, so it'll create a spark as it cracks through the skull part.
All right. Yep. As soon you fire your arrow and immediately turn out.
Well, I want to roll
turn and
for
close the door, and you hear a large pop, and the building shakes as the door blows off of its hinges into the room that you are in now.
Huh.
I want. What was your guys' order on the way out the door? Connor was last.
Yeah, I was last to leave.
I would have just meandered out, I guess. I didn't really think about it.
Okay, so Connor and Philip, I want you two to make deck saves.
All right, at advantage because I knew I was expecting it or no.
Were you expecting the door to fly off the hinge?
I was expecting an explosion. I was the one that shot the arrow.
Okay, okay.
This might be one they will learn. I don't know. That's going to be a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be an unnatural 20.
Okay, Connor, you fire your arrow and close the door and immediately duck to the side as the door blows off of its hinges, and Philip, who was walking away from the door, gets hit in the back with this door and knocked into the opposite wall.
Is stuff falling around on me?
No, the building, the area of the building you're in hasn't fallen over just yet. Take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry about that, Roland, but yeah, we should probably leave. This building's compromised. Are there all of the guards still in front?
There's now smoke pouring out of the room that you just were in. The guards are the people who are asleep in this room are now lazily getting up. Some of them faster than others.
I'm gonna okay. I'm going to begin yelling fire, fire in the slums, and kind of like kicking at some of their ankles for them to hurry up. It's not a crowded theater. It's a drug
not a
house.
theater.
And also, it's not fake yelling. There is a fire. Wait, so if there's actually a fire in the theater, you can't yell fire?
Yep.
What? The building is burning down. How about that? Is that better than saying fire? Can I just not say the word fire?
Correct. You're inciting the panic.
Incredibly specific and bureaucratical.
You know, when I served my mission in Utah, there was a law in a specific city that said that that on Sundays after a certain time, you were allowed to beat your wife on the courthouse steps. One of those like laws that have been around since before the civil rights movement.
Yeah, like in Missouri, how there was the Extermination Act where you could shoot a Mormon on sight.
It was up until like within our parents' lifetimes.
It was actually in 1974 that the Extermination Act was finally abolished.
Yep. Yeah, strange laws like that. Also, you can't buy toothpaste on Tuesdays.
Really?
I've heard that's a law on on Sundays. I've heard that's a law on some.
Some places sell toothpaste in a bucket. They have special spoons.
Toothpaste spoons.
Anyway, is there any difficulty with the escape?
No, there shouldn't be. There's a lot. Some guards are running back towards the room. Some of them are running away. Just chaos everywhere. But you managed to make your way out in the chaos.
Okay.
And you do notice that as you leave, because of how close the buildings are, the fire is spreading to other buildings in the slums.
They'll deal with it. Like, they probably have to deal with fires all the time.
Yeah, they are in a desert. I'm gonna hop up and use the bathroom and grab a drink real quick. But I'm assuming you guys are heading just like back to the inn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dan needs to propose, and then we need to talk to the disappearing man about more business.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Unless you have a plot hook to throw at us.
We'll just roleplay the conversation back while you're going to the bathroom.
Okay.
So, Cthulhu, how'd you meet this girl?
Oh, is that who? Oh my.
Yes, as in, I wanted to get you out of my hair, so I give you a little money so you could grab like a fried squid or something. Some
How
food.
did you? That's not even my question. Like, how did that escalate? What idiot was dumb enough to say yes? Well, yes, I understand that. I'm asking who the other idiot was.
Do you
Yeah,
even
that
know
makes.
this girl's name? You know what? As long as you're happy.
This is okay.